Hey guys, Ryan Abrams with Paper Doll here. Just doing a couple little shoots for some different cocktails that you guys can make at home. With the way that everything is right now, with the state of things, restaurants being closed, bars being closed, we're fortunate enough that we can still do some retail sales. And if you guys are interested in any of the retail sales we actually have cocktail kits that we've prepared so that you can take home just the mixers or the mixers and the liquor. Take home to do your own cocktail. All the instructions are in there. Everything is in there ready for you to go. Basically all you have to have is ice and a glass and you're ready to go. So we have all that. If you're interested, go to our website. We'd be happy to go ahead and process all that for you. Go ahead and have something ready for you. But keep us in mind if that's something you're interested in. But we also thought, we're doing all this, we like making cocktails for people. We love our guests. We love our patrons. We miss you guys so much. And we're like, just because whatever pandemic happens, just because whatever happens doesn't mean that you're going to stop drinking or that you're not going to start, you're going to stop appreciating cocktails. So we thought we'd do some short videos for you guys just so that you can learn how to make some very simple cocktails at home just by what you may have in your fridge or your freezer. So what we're going to do today is kind of like a bastardized strawberry daiquiri. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a rum-based daiquiri with some strawberry preserves and a little bit of lime juice and go from there. So like I said, we're going to do a daiquiri with a little bit of lime juice and some strawberry preserves. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a lime. We're going to take this lime, we're going to cut it in half, and we're going to take what we call an elbow juicer. You've probably seen one of these at Target, Publix, grocery store, Home Goods, wherever. So basically what this is just a juice press that you can use by hand. And what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze the lime juice from it, and it's going to express all the lime oil and all the lime juice from it. But we want to make sure that we're calculated and that we're measuring correctly, because part of having a good cocktail is that everything's balanced and everything's measured correctly. Now, with that, the way that we measure things here at the bar is we use what you call a jigger. This is a Japanese style jigger. This measures 2 ounces fully on this side of spirit and also 1 ounce on this side with some markings within it to show you ½ ounce, 3/4 ounce. You may or may not have one of these. If you have one, yeah, go for it, but you probably don't. What if you're just at the house and you're like, I really want to make a cocktail, I really want to drink something, I don't really know where to start. So everyone everywhere has some form of measurement tool within their house. So I've got 2 here that I'm going to show you guys. So one that I'm going to use for my spirit, since we're doing a 2 to 1 to 1 ratio, and this way we're doing a 2 ounce pour of our spirit, a 1 ounce pour of our acid, which is going to be our lime juice, and a 1 ounce pour of our sugar content, which is going to be our strawberry preserves. So what I'm using is a 1/4 cup measuring cup. You may have one of these in your house, maybe not. If you're a baker, you definitely have one, or who knows. But so that's what we're going to use. You may be able to find one at home, who knows. If not, just use a shot glass and make sure that you're doing 2 to 1 to 1 portions. Also, in kind of the vein of using what you can find, I've just got like a little bit of a measuring cup that you get from a bottle of NyQuil or Daiquil, just some kind of liquid cough medicine cup. Obviously it's been cleaned, obviously it's been rinsed. We're not gonna have any kind of NyQuil or Daiquil cocktails going on. But you've just got a little cup that also measures 15 millimeters, which 15 millimeters measures out to ½ ounce, and 30 millimeters, which measures out to a full ounce. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start. So we need a full ounce of lime juice, which is going to be 30 millimeters on this, and I've got a lime, which is great to kind of keep me in check. So I'm going to go ahead and take half my lime. I'm going to put it in my elbow squeezer, and I'm just going to put it as close to I can so that way I can capture all that lime juice. And as you see, as I'm pressing on it, you're seeing more and more of that lime juice come out of it. Now, typically within lime juice, you typically have a full ounce per lime. So that's half of it. And we've got another half. And granted, limes will vary by season, by type, by supply, by age. So we've got just right at a lime, or just right at a full ounce with that lime that we used. So we've got our full ounce right there. So we're going to take this, and we're going to dump it right into our mixing glass. Then we're going to take our strawberry preserves, nothing special, just some simple Smuckers that maybe or maybe you don't have at the house, in the fridge, you know, for whatever, whenever, maybe for breakfast, for toast, whatever. So we're just going to go ahead and do a couple little pours, and we're going to go ahead and get some strawberry preserves going right in there. And then we're going to dump that right in there. And now that it's sticking into it, we're going to go ahead and just dump that right in there. So now that we have our sugar content and our acid content, we're going to add our spirit. So now what we're using today for our spirit is we're going to use a Crucian light aged rum. This is a Virgin Islands rum, so it's going to be a little bit sweeter, but not overly sweet. It's not going to be like Malibu sweet or any sugar added rums, but it's not going to be overly dry either. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 1/4 cup measuring cup, and we're going to go ahead and fill that all the way to the brim, because we're doing 2 ounces of rum, 1 ounce of lime, and 1 ounce of the strawberry preserves that we're doing. And make sure we get everything in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of ice. And basically I've got a very simple plastic cup. I'm using an Innisfree cup because, let's be honest, we all know that we have an Innisfree cup somewhere in our apartment or our house. So I'm just adding a couple pieces of ice there. I'm taking our mixture of our raspberry, or our strawberry preserve rather, and lime juice. I'm going to go ahead and compress that, so that way it's a nice and tight seal, so when I go to shake it, I don't shoot it all over the kitchen or the house, wherever you are. So I've got a nice tight seal on there with the ice, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake it. And you want to shake this for about 10 seconds. You want to break everything up. You want to get everything incorporated. You want to incorporate air into it. You also want to chill and dilute the ingredients that are in the shaker. Alright, so with that being said, we'll go ahead and release that. You're going to see a little bit of pressure. You're going to kind of hear it fizz at you. You're going to hear it hiss at you. That's just because you have this airlight container and you're introducing air back into it once you pull that cap back off. Now what I'm going to use this glass in, I'm just going to use one of our large coupes. Now, don't feel like you have to have one of these fancy things at home. You know, whatever you've got, Dixie cup, teacup, you know, it's your cocktail, it's your house. Nobody's here to judge you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our mixture that we have right here, and we're going to take a strainer. So this is a very, now typically what we use is we use either a julep strainer or a hawthorn strainer for our cocktails. You may or may not have one of these at home, and that's totally fine. So what I've got here is just a very simple grater. If you're going to grate garlic or onion or carrot or ginger, whatever. So I'm just using this to kind of visualize that you can use kind of whatever that the mother necessity is the mother of invention. So you can just use something very simple. So I'm just going to put my finger over the top of that, just like that, to provide a little pressure. And since we're doing a preserve, it's going to be in a coupe glass out over ice. I'm going to strain it over a little bit of a fine strainer, just to make sure that we're trying to get the most that we can out of this cocktail. And it's actually a little too fine, which, you know, happens sometimes. So I'm going to use this and switch over to one of the ones we use here at the bar. It's a conical strainer. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of strain this back in there. So that way we've got everything kind of going through. It is a little bit thicker since we're using those preserves. Alright, so we've gotten the most out of that we can get. We're just going to put this over here to the side. And so now we have kind of a bastardized strawberry daiquiri. Cheers, guys.